on our flashcard quiz app, we learned how to create the basic directory structure needed to create our flashcard quiz app. And now today we are over here going to do some implementations on CSS front to see that if we can recreate the look of our end goal, which is this app wherein we can choose the category and wherein we can basically create this sort of flip animation. So, just to recap a bit, what we did was that we created this app.js structure wherein we had the flashcard list being populated with our sample flashcards. In our flashcard list, we were referencing the flashcard component, which was further being populated through the props we sent through the flashcard list. And finally, in the flashcard, we had just displayed the main question, the options, as well as the answer. Now, the question remains that what happens next? How do we make that sort of flip animation, and how do we make this like in a form of a card? So what I'm going to do over here is that I'll be including some CSS so that I'll be able to create certain such styles, and I'll be able to basically do what I want. So the first thing that I like to do is basically change the color of my body so that it looks more like this off white or grayish sort of color. So we can modify the CSS by going to our app.css class. So there are different ways basically wherein you can do those. So I prefer doing that in the app.css class. So over here, I'll specify the body tag, and in this, let's say that I want my background color to be somewhat of an off-white color, C8D0D2. So this would be that off-white color that we were looking for. Now, on the other hand, I also need certain effects that would hold these, or like certain container that would hold all of these cards together within my view. So to do that, I'll be creating some more classes over here. The first being my container. So my container class will be the class which will hold my all the cards. So I'll specify simply that its max width should be 100 view width. Now I like specifying this in view width because this actually expands based upon the screen size. So we'll be specifying the max width as something that will take up the entire screen. And finally, I want to leave some margins over here. So what I'll do is that if you see over here, there are some margins being left out. So I would want to specify a margin of 1 rem and 2 rem. Great. Now that we have our container, next thing I would want is that these cards should be present in a form of a grid. So if you see over here, this is a grid structure that we are having, and we would want our cards to be present in the form of a grid. So I'll also specify a card grid class wherein my display should be obviously grid. And finally, I would want my items to be aligned to center. Now, with this grid template, what I would want to do is I would like want it to be repeated, and I want it to be filled automatically. So what I would do over here is that I'll simply specify my grid template columns to be repeated, and then autofill. I'll also specify the min-max property over here to be 300 pixels and 1.5 fr. Perfect. So that looks good. Finally, there are certain other things that I want to initialize right away. First being the card and how I'm going to display the layout within the card. So I would want my card to have a display of flex. And then over here, I want its content to be justified to center, items align to center. So if you want to learn more about Flexbox, there is this awesome website which I would link in the description, so you can check that out and see how this Flexbox works and how you can leverage it to better align your contents over your HTML page. So since our cards will be relative to each other, I would want it to have a position relative. My border radius, as you can see, it is not completely a square, so I would want it to have a certain border radius. So let's say that I want it to be 0.5 rem. And finally, I would want to give it some sort of box shadow so that it looks like it's a 3D thing popping up from our page. So I'll specify this box shadow over here. And in this box shadow, I would give it 0, 0, 5 pixels, 2 pixels, and then a really dark sort of background. So 0, 0, 0, and 0.3. Perfect. So my card also looks pretty much complete. Now, whenever I click on my card, you must notice that there is this sort of a hover animation happening right over here. And again, the next thing that happens is that whenever I click on it, there is this front and back sort of flip happening. So next thing that I would want to add is this front and back animation. So I'll do that over here. So I'll initialize everything in a single go. Great. So what we want over here is that our position should remain absolute. So if you see over here, I'll add the position to be absolute. And then finally, I'll add a bit of padding so that we have a nice little alignment over here. And then I don't want my back face to be visible till this flip animation happens, right? So if we don't add this, like the last animation, let's see that what happens there. So I'll add this later on, but like just for the purposes to show you that how this animation would work, let's just add that later on. So the next thing we would want to be like the front should have a left 0, and finally my back, or like the back face, should have some sort of like color or rotation present on it. So I'll have card back and I'll have its color to be black, the text color, and then I want to transform it, like whenever we click on it, I want it to rotate Y, and then I want to specify my angle to be exactly 180 degree. Now this makes us do like it eases our process of defining everything, because this will really help us to define everything on the get-go, and we'll be able to do what we want, basically this animation of flipping everything. So let's go back to our app.js. As I said, that the first thing that we need to ensure is that every card is present in some sort of a container. So I'll initialize the class name over here to be container. Now this container is ready. Let's move to our flashcard list. And here it is needed that our list should be present in some sort of grid structure, as I just mentioned. So we have already specified a class for that. If we move over here in the class name, let's specify this to be a card grid. Now that our card grid is ready, let's move to our main component that we really want to highlight, and that would be our flash card. Now in the flash card, there are certain things that I need to check or modify before I continue further. So the flip should only happen based upon some states. For example, if the state is true, only then you should flip. If it is false, then flip back from the back face to the front. So to do that, I'll be using the React hooks over here. So you must have heard about useState. It's a really, really great way to initialize our state. So we'll be using a hook over here to set our flip rotation. So uh, what I would want to do is I want to specify a use state hook, and over here I want to initialize it, initialize the flip basically over here. Now our initial state, as I said, would be false, which would mean that we haven't flipped our card. So that is just simply what we need to do. Now the next thing that we really need to do is over here, we need to specify that when do we want to flip our data. So if I just remove all of this right now and reinitialize everything, let's see that how this would happen. Now on the card front, let's say that we want our class name to be initialized dynamically based upon how we are treating our flip option. So the simplest way to do that would be using string literals, and we can check that if our flip is true, then you need to apply the class name of flip. Otherwise, just initialize nothing. So this means that whenever there is a flip happening, so that is all we need to do. And secondly, we also need to ensure that whenever someone clicks on the card, it initiates the function of set flip and actually triggers the value to false. So whatever the current value is, it should just switch that. So we'll create the set flip over here, and then finally we'll set it to the reverse of whatever our current value of flip is. Now that's done. Remember, we initialized our front and back class. So that is exactly what we are going to do over here. So first we'll initialize our front, which will contain our question as well as our options. So this is our front, and I'll just close that. And within that, the first thing that I want to have is my flashcard dot question. Perfect, that looks good to me. Now the second thing that I need over here is that I want to have my options as well displayed right after my front. So to do that, again, I'll create one other div. I'll initialize this with the class name of flashcard options. Now I haven't initialized this class in our CSS library, so we'll initialize that at the end. But basically what we need over here is just the same way that we had used earlier. We'll create the flashcard.options.map and return each option as a separate component, or like a separate value. So over here, let's just return a div, and in this div I again want to specify some other class names. So this will be flashcard dot option, and finally I want to initialize option. Just like we have seen earlier, we need to have a key whenever we are iterating over an array. So let's create our key over here as option. Perfect. Let's check what's happening over here. So it says that our use state is not defined because we haven't really imported use state. So let's just import use state, and as you can see, we have something happening over here, but this isn't exactly what we want. So we'll keep on adding more over here so that we'll be able to see the exact structure that we want. So next thing that we really want to add over here is our back class. Now the back class should reference, or like should be we should be able to add the back class based upon our back class name that we had initialized earlier. So let's just initialize that. So this is back, and we'll add the answer directly over here. So this is flashcard dot answer. Perfect. You can now remember when I told you that we need to basically, when we were in this app.css, I just told you that we are not adding some CSS over here, because what's happening over here is that we want to hide till this flip happens, or like till this rotation happens. So whenever we are doing this, basically it is still showing our answer without flipping, and we don't want that. So we should set our back face visibility to be hidden. Perfect. Now we have something that we think could really help us out, and this is exactly where we are wanting our app to go right now. We have our options being displayed. We have basically everything working over here. So now next thing what we need to do is that we need to make sure that whenever we click on this, our state gets reversed and we are able to see our variables. So that is something we'll be covering in the next video. I hope you liked till over here. We have a lot more things to do, and the next video will be basically covering the part wherein we enter into a state of creating such cards, and we'll be populating them with all sorts of information. Till then, happy coding and take care.